Okay, so we're here talking today. It's about 90s plus degrees outside. It's a Friday afternoon. We're getting ready for the weekend, and we know that a lot of people want to get out this weekend and get some grilling in, get some picnicking in, that kind of thing. Even though it's going to be hot, we know people are going to be ready to go with this kind of thing. All right, we've got 4th of July coming up, and we know there's a lot of outdoor activities. One of the things at the health department that we get concerned about during this time of year is food safety when we're talking about the grilling and the cookouts, the picnics, the food outside, that kind of a thing. So there's a couple things that we wanted to just talk a little bit about today as far as avoiding what we call foodborne illnesses. Foodborne illnesses, they go up right as soon as the outdoor cooking season goes up as well. So every year we see an increase in foodborne illnesses this time of year. So there's just a couple of things that we want to hit on just so that people know and people have a way of protecting themselves against that and protecting others. Frankly, a lot of times outbreaks happen during this time of year as well. So one of the things I wanted to touch on is cooking temperatures. Okay, we got to make sure that we get our foods up to the proper temperature. Really important that we get ground beef, that kind of thing, up to 160 degrees. Poultry products like chicken and pork or chicken and turkey, those things need to be cooked to 165 degrees to make sure and kill off any bacteria. And when I talk about getting it up to a particular temperature, I'm talking about using a meat thermometer where you actually stick it in the inside and the thickest part of the meat and actually measure the temperature that way. Not just looking at it to see if it's still pink or that kind of a thing, because that can be deceptive. Get yourself a meat thermometer. And I will say having a meat thermometer actually, in my opinion, makes the food taste better because you're taking the food off as soon as it reaches the proper temperature rather than trying to guess. You're not overcooking your food either when you're using a meat thermometer. So lots of reasons for the meat thermometer, primarily safety, but it actually has the added benefit of actually tasting better because you're getting it off a little bit quicker. The other thing is holding temperatures. We want to make sure that we are holding food once it's cooked at the proper temperature. Cold things need to stay cold. Hot things need to stay hot. And we got to make sure that we don't get into that middle zone, that danger zone that bacteria really love to grow in. So when cold products that are or products that are supposed to stay cold, when they sit outside and the sun's beating down on them, that is going to give bacteria a chance to grow and increase in numbers. Okay. So really watch your holding temperature. The other thing that we got to pay attention to is cross-contamination. Okay, this is when we use utensils or plates or even our hands where we're taking bacteria from raw meats, raw foods, and we're transferring them to ready-to-eat foods. All right, so if we're not careful with our hand washing after we've made the hamburger patties, we can contaminate the salad. We can contaminate the buns that we're using for the hamburgers. Again, the plates that you carry the raw food to the grill should not be used to carry the cooked food unless you've washed them first. So cross-contamination is a big deal. Holding temperatures is a big deal. Proper cooking temperatures is a big deal. But probably the biggest thing when it comes to foodborne illness is sick people cooking our food. I can't tell you how many times we've had outbreaks or foodborne illnesses caused by someone who was sick when they made the food. It's not intentional. But people do it accidentally. They think it's fine. They think it's no big deal. And inevitably, other people get sick. So we really got to pay attention to those kinds of things. This time of year, the outdoor family, grilling season should be a good time. Let's not make it worse with foodborne illness. Okay. That's it. Have a good day.